Well, I'm Roland. I am a school director. I work at a charter school, so basically like a principal at a school. I've been doing that for about 5 years now. Married to Doris. We've been married 17 years.
Close, yeah.
And then we have 3 boys. Matthew, who's 11, Eli, who's 8, and Caleb, who's 6.
I'm Doris. I'm a doctor at a community clinic, and we're from the Chicago area.
Mm-hmm.
But we've been here for 10, 12 or more years and love it in San Diego.
Mm-hmm. I first believed in Christ and God. It's kind of funny. It was in 8th grade. I went with our youth group to a Rich Mullins concert. And actually that's kind of when I gave up my, I accepted Christ at that concert. So somewhere between 8th grade and my sophomore year in high school, I would say, really I grew a lot, and I think it was because people invested in me. I mean, I think I had really 2 brothers who I spent a lot of time with. Just them spending time with me, seeing how God really was working in their lives, for me was what brought me to a true understanding of what it means to be a Christian.
I actually grew up also in the same church that Roland grew up in. So we've known each other a long time, and our families know each other too. When I was in college, a retreat speaker was giving a message on the Israelites crossing the Jordan. And I just remember it really hit me, like it was, sometimes you just have to take that step of faith to kind of, then have everything come right to you. And so I think that was for me my real transforming moment. That question that I have in me that is this real, I'm just gonna give that up to you and take the step of faith.
Having kids has really been eye-opening, and it's kind of been like that light that shines and says, oh my goodness, there's so many things that you fall short in. And because you don't want, I don't know if it's pride or whatever, you don't want your kids to see that part of you, and they're with you all the time. It's not like you can get away. So all the shortcomings that you have in every area that sin is a part of your life, they see. And we try to do nightly devotions with the kids, and it's been nice actually that Pastor David has kind of instituted this reading the gospel. So we've been reading the gospel with the kids every day, and that's actually been a new addition that's been really nice.
I think just talking about, when opportunities come up where we see hey, God is teaching me this, or oh, God could be teaching you this. Just taking those times to talk about, I think just to talk, right? Using teachable moments in our everyday life, yeah.
I think with Eli, we see that he is just such a loving and caring person. And he's the one that if he sees someone that is in need, he'll go try to do something about it.
Matthew's really generous, so they all we don't really give an allowance, but they have a very weird way that they earn money. Matthew's really actually just generous with his money, which is neat because we're Chinese. So I wouldn't say from our upbringing it's the most natural quality to come out.
Anything for Caleb?
I know. So Caleb's our little one who's knows how to be the little brother. Actually, he's very full of faith. So actually that has always amazed me. Ever since he was little, just the way he answers, some things, or when he just suddenly makes a statement, I can see that God is building his faith, and he kind of just says it with that question, he believes it in his heart, and he's just reassured. So I think family worship is just how, just as a family, you can live out your faith. So it's not just, one service, or we sit together and, we all hear the same message, but I think, again, just how, day by day, we can live out our faith. Roland at work, him telling the kids how he wants to reach out to the people that God has put in his path, or how with the kids, we talk about, one friend who's not being very nice, how can they stand up in an encouraging way, to encourage that friend to include other friends. So I think it's, that's I guess what I think of family worship, I guess not just a compartmentalized, this is what we do at church, and this is what prayer time is, but kind of more how it can be throughout our life.
For me, my greatest encouragement is always that I can sense God pursuing me and pursuing our kids. Just, there's that sense that God is always with us, and that He, wants our kids to love Him more every day. We're the Young family, just ordinary people.
Trying to follow after God.